if that would have happened, I would have been so sad that I can't have no more babies. Hi guys, welcome back to Truly A Castro.
Yo.
Today's vlog is a story time. So we asked everybody who follows us on Instagram what type of vlog we should do next, and a lot of you chose story time over the other options we had up. Yeah. If you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram. That way you could be a part of our polls and stuff.
Follow.
So we decided to do a story time about my labor with Aviana. Yeah. Alan just got his wisdom teeth removed, so he's having a hard time.
About a week ago. Fuck with us and then we tweaking, ho.
A hard time eating. We actually have a video on that, but so if you guys would like to watch it or would like us to upload it, comment down below.
Very short. I didn't feel like uploading it.
It's like 5 minutes long.
Yeah, but
if you guys want to see it, put it down in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
We'll upload it. So I was very nervous about going to labor at work. So what I was really hoping that I would go into labor on the weekend, on a Saturday or Sunday, which is what ended up happening. I'm so thankful for. So about a month before I gave birth, or my due date, we were going walking at the malls, Park Meadows, Southwest Plaza, Colorado Mills, and then we would go to the park. We even went to IKEA and walked around. And that weekend we planned to go to American Furniture Warehouse and walk around there.
We were
just to walk so that I could go to labor sooner. And that was the only thing I tried. I didn't try any pills, any oils, or anything like that.
Right.
But I had a feeling that I was going to have her on Thanksgiving. I thought I was going to have her on Thanksgiving, but no. Thanksgiving came and nothing happened, and I was just like, what the heck? Like, where is she at? Like, why isn't she coming yet? Friday came, I had to work that day. Saturday morning, it was about 6 in the morning, and I didn't want to wake up Alan because I was like, oh, I should just let him sleep, let him sleep a while.
Still woke me up anyway.
And I was just having cramps in my stomach, or actually contractions, not cramps. It was about at 8 o'clock when I woke up Alan. And I was like, Alan, I'm in so much pain.
You woke me up and I was like, what?
I was like, I'm having contractions. I think I called you on the phone because I was upstairs, huh? In the bathroom.
Maybe, I think you did. Yeah.
I was like, Alan, come up. I'm in so much pain, it hurts.
I was like, oh shit, it's time to go to the hospital.
My mom usually wakes up really early, and I was expecting my mom to be up at 6 in the morning, so that I can hang out with her, but nobody was awake. I was awake all by myself. And so I think it was about 9 o'clock my mom woke up, and I was telling her that I was having pains, and she was like, uh-oh, like the baby's coming. Yeah, and so
your mom pretty much knew.
I was trying to eat cereal. I made myself a bowl of cereal, and I'm all sitting there trying to eat it. I couldn't. I think I took like 2 bites, and I was like, I can't do this. It hurt too much to concentrate on eating.
You just were in pain. I was just like, we need to go.
And so we left about 11, right?
It was like 11 o'clock when we got there. No problem finding a parking spot because they have like those few spots that you can park in the front, and so
yeah, for the labor and delivery.
Luckily there was only one spot open, remember, and I was like, that's our spot right there.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was about 11, and we went in, and then she checked me. They checked me in, and the nurse checked me, and she's like, oh, you're 4 centimeters dilated?
Yeah, you were 4 centimeters dilated.
Oh my god, I was in so much pain.
She was in so much pain. It was crazy.
I think it was after 2 hours she came and checked me again, and I still didn't dilate anymore. So she was like, well, you're gonna have to wait another 2 hours before you get admitted. We're gonna check you again in 2 hours.
It was just a waiting game
this time. I think the first time she made us walk around the hospital, right? I could not walk. I was like, I can't walk, and then I couldn't sit. It hurt to sit. No.
I remember because we walked to the little Subway because I was hungry. It was already like what, 3 p.m. Woke up and we just went straight to the hospital. So I said, let's walk to the Subway. That's
I couldn't even walk all the way.
Same floor, and she could not make it there.
It was
like 10 feet away from the Subway, and so I'm waiting in line, trying to hurry and get my sandwich. Like, oh my god, I need to go back.
And I was just like sitting there, like, oh, this
holding yourself, and I'm just like feeling bad. Like I should have just not got my sandwich. I should have just stayed with her. Squeeze those.
But you needed. You needed to eat. So,
I know, but
I think I was more leaning on the table because the pain was so bad, and I remember just like keeping my eyes closed because it didn't seem to hurt as much for some reason. I don't know, just when you're in a lot of pain. We went back to the room, and Alan kind of ate, right?
Yeah, I was able to eat. I was just chilling, eating while this girl was in pain, and I'm over here just eating. Like, oh god.
They made us wait the next 2 hours again. So this time the nurse brought me an exercise ball, right? She came in and TMI, maybe, I don't know. But my mucus plug came out.
Oh yeah.
And I sat up and I seen the blood.
I got scared when I seen the blood, even though I knew what it was. I was still scared. I was like, oh my god, blood.
But she's like, oh, that's good. That means your cervix is opening up more. And then, so she checked me again, and I think from there I was 6 centimeters.
Yeah, I think you were about 6.
And so they're like, okay, we're gonna get you a room.
Yup, and then they moved us upstairs into another bigger room. It was huge. I'll tell you, it was the delivery room was fucking huge. The delivery room, yes. It was massive.
Yes. I called, I think you called. No, I called my mom and my sister, and I told them, okay, they just got us the room, because my mom kept calling us, like, let us know when you go into the room. So I called her. I was like, okay, mom, we're in the room now. And I think Alan told her the room or something, because I wasn't at that time, the pain wasn't too bad after sitting on the ball, but they moved me upstairs. They didn't bring the ball with me. So I didn't know what to do, so I was mostly leaning on the table like this. Like 30 minutes later, my parents came.
I think it was about 30 minutes later.
Because we called them and they came right away, and so...
they came right away. I remember your mom came in and she saw you, she started crying. And she saw me and she came and started hitting me on the arm, and I was like, why are you hitting me? Like, what?
It's your fault.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's your fault. And I was just like, I'm sorry, but you know, things happen.
My parents came and my sister came with them, and my brother-in-law Josh.
And then like I remember 10 minutes after that, my parents came.
Yeah, no, they took hours to get there.
Yeah, they were working.
We were like nervous.
Your grandma came like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Dumbass. She brought food and like sandwiches and chicken, right? And
your grandma came loaded with food. That shit was funny. I was like, wow, I didn't even eat my Subway.
I know. Every time I had a contraction, I made Alan push my hips in together.
I felt like I was squeezing the baby. I was like, I'm going really, like, I'm putting a lot of pressure on you. Are you sure you want me to go harder?
And sometimes I kept telling him, squeeze me harder. Like,
dude, I'm gonna break you. I can feel your hip bone. Like, I don't want to go harder.
Anyway.
I'm telling you, I went through hell through that labor. She went through hell, I went through hell too. And that for about 8 hours.
You know what? Right before they took me up to the room, they put an IV in me, right? When I got into the tub, I was like sitting there trying to relax, and like my IV was floating around. So it came out of my arm, and I didn't even notice. I didn't even know. And like the nurse looked down, she's like, what the heck, where did this come from? And she's like, oh my gosh. And so I couldn't find my vein, which I don't know why. how many times did they try? Like 5?
Like 5 times. They're
And
just
they
sticking you, and I'm just
yeah,
like, oh
and
my
I
God,
didn't.
can
You know,
guys
I was in
find the
labor
vein already. Like,
I was in labor, so at the time I didn't care.
she didn't care, but I was, you know,
Like,
again, if you have ever been there for your girl and it's your first baby, you know the experience.
oh, yes, I had her 100% natural, which was.
That's why I went through hell.
Yes. So anyways, they did like 5 times. They kept trying, and they're like, oh, we can't find it. Like, we're gonna go get this, what was it, like a machine that can actually look at my vein.
Oh yeah, it
in
was
my
like some
arm.
weird ass machine, and like,
So that it's kind of like cheating, I guess, like for the nurses, and they could find the vein so that they put the IV in. But this older lady came in, and she just like looked at my arm, and she like, you know, tied it up and like checked it and put the IV, and she was done. 2 seconds. I think they wanted me to lay in the bed, and I was like, no, I'm not laying in that bed. I don't want to lay in that bed.
I don't want it.
But they convinced me that moving positions while in labor. Moving positions while in labor will help your hips spread. They made me lay in bed for a while, and then they gave me some pain medication through an IV that lasted, what, 10 minutes, and I think I got like 3 of them.
it.
And then she was like, oh, if you want to keep getting more of this pain medication, you're gonna have to get an epidural, or we're gonna have to stop here. I was like, no, I don't want the epidural. So they decided to have me go back into the tub. They didn't want Alan to go in there for some reason. I'm not sure why.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know how long it was, but I was like, where's Alan? Where's Alan?
Yeah, that whole time I was outside, and I completely lost it. I don't know why. I just started crying, and I think it was from all the screaming that she was screaming loud. 'Cause she was in pain, and a lot of pain. You know, it's just like, it gets stuck in your head, you know. I don't know. I just started crying. I was breaking down. I was like, oh my God, when is this gonna be over? When is this baby gonna be here? You know, I just wanted to stop. I just wanted to stop screaming, stop hurting.
I know. So after that, I asked them for Alan, and she's like, you want me to go get your husband? I was like, yes, please. Like, why isn't he in here?
Yeah.
And so the nurse left, and she came back because she saw, oh, he's so sweet, he's out there crying, and he came in the room, and at that point I was like, I feel her coming, like I feel like I need to push. And they're like, go ahead and push, and I was like, what are you talking about? I can't push and give birth in the water. They kept telling me to push, and I was like, but I'm in the water. And they're like, no, it's okay. And now I understand why they were saying it's okay, because she wasn't gonna come. Well, some people have their kids within a few pushes, but I didn't. They're like, okay, well, now you're gonna have to go sit on the toilet. They made me sit in the toilet. They said that helps, which I guess I understand. And so I was like, I have to push, and they're like, go ahead and push. I was like, I don't want to have her in the toilet. And they're like, no, it's okay. I was drinking shitloads of water because they would bring me a big cup of water.
Big old cup of water.
And I would just like slurp it down, because I knew I couldn't just drink by drink, because I was
give me more water.
Because I was in so much pain. I don't remember ever saying that.
I remember getting you water like a billion times.
I was at the toilet, and they kept telling me to push, and if I needed to pee, I better pee now, because I was gonna go lay back in the bed. Because then after I had her, if my bladder is full, it could be bad for me, which they said was I could hemorrhage or something, right? Because my uterus wouldn't shrink down right away after having her. But I don't have to pee. Like, I can't even think about peeing right now. After I tried to pee, they put me back in the bed. By this time I was pushing. Do you know what time it was when I started pushing?
I think it was already midnight.
At midnight?
You were pushing for like 4 hours.
Damn, I thought it was 2 hours. They like tied up a sheet, and they had me laying down and pulling the sheet, like tug of war, with my legs up and, you know, wide, so that I could like push her out. And then they had me squatting backwards on the bed, which was kind of hard to do, actually. Like, I don't know why I thought it would be easier, but like to squat, but it wasn't. Which is why I didn't want the epidural, so that I could like squat and have her like have gravity help me, which I didn't end up doing because in the moment, you know, everything goes out the window. They had me lay down like, you know, like normal on my back, and then I just remember my mom kept like petting me and saying it's okay, like just breathe, and she's trying to show me how to breathe. And then after a while I was like, I'm not gonna breathe like that, I don't care. I was like, I'm just gonna breathe how I'm breathing, because I kept trying to follow that.
Yeah, I know.
I couldn't do it.
Your mom kept doing it too, and I was just like, I don't think she's listening.
After a minute I stopped listening. I was like, I'm not gonna do it, like I can't do it.
22 hours, no epidural.
I know, I felt so bad for you after. My water broke, and it splashed everybody. My sister, my cousin. Did it splash you?
Hell no, I was out of the way.
I think my grandma was down there too.
They all got hit. It was funny.
They all got wet when my water broke.
I was just like,
And then everybody saw, yeah, the water broke. Everybody saw screaming and happy.
But I was kind of like, damn, they just sat through all that, like.
And then so then everybody started getting excited, like, she's finally coming, she's almost here, she's almost like
mind you, I already saw the head, so I already knew,
like, she's literally almost here. So then I kept pushing, and that's when I kept feeling her head like pulsing, you know, like coming
down
in
there. Like, I'm just kidding.
So I was like, at one point after a contraction, I was like, I felt her head go back in, and I was like, oh hell no, I'm not gonna wait. So I tried to push, and the doctor got so mad at me. She's like, no, do not push, you're gonna rip if you push without having a contraction. And I was like, fuck. They told me to do one more big push, and then after that they're like, okay, just do like slight pushes, like don't push too hard now, because she's almost out, so like slowly push. The next contraction came, I did not even have to push, because she, like, it just I felt it just go poof, and I was like, oh my god, and she was out, and they threw her on me.
The doctor, like, she had her head for a minute, and then she kind of had to like tug her shoulders in a way first, because it was just her neck. Baby, I was a little scared, because, you know, it's just the neck popping out, and I'm like, oh my god, she's choking her, you know. But the doctors are smart, you know. Even though it was a student doctor who delivered you. So. Yeah,
Alan was kind of mad because, well, they were getting mad at me about how I was pushing, because they were like, no, you're pushing wrong, you can. And I kept trying to push exactly the same as the time before, but for some reason it wasn't the same. I don't know. And so she had her hand on Aviana's head while I was pushing. And she's like, okay, that was a good push. That was a good push. And he kind of got mad. He's like, they're smashing her head.
It looked like she was smashing, like her finger was going in her head, you know, like in the soft spot, like it was just like sinking in. I don't know how to explain it. Birth is weird. You know, when babies are born, it's so weird.
It is weird. It's definitely an experience. At this point, I gave birth, right? So they put her on my chest. I remember Alan was crying, and everybody was crying. Oh, she's so beautiful. I think she even actually started crying before they put her on my chest.
When I heard the cry is when I started crying, because I was like, okay, good. She's alive. She's doing good. She's crying. You know, those were like the things I was looking forward to. Was it's alright. As soon as she's out, I need to make sure that she's crying, make sure she's breathing. You know, well, that's kind of what I was a little nervous about, was having a stillborn.
Yeah. Well, they kept checking her heartbeat.
They did, but
during the whole labor.
I don't know. It was just, you know, it's just those last minute thoughts. You know, that were running through my head. But luckily, she started crying right away, and I was like, "Oh God, good, we got a cry baby." Yeah,
when she was born, I was chest to chest right away. Yeah, skin to skin they call it, which is really good for the baby.
They did that skin to skin. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the photo. Is this photo right here?
Had to push a few more times.
Yeah.
The placenta came out, which I should have told somebody, but I did want to see the placenta. They were about to throw it away, and my sister and my cousin actually got to see it. And
I know they were all playing with it because the doctors let them play with it. And
I didn't even see.
Y'all are fucking nasty.
I wish I would have told them to take a picture of it for me.
I know. I should have took a photo.
I would have liked to see it, and then this guy cut the cord.
Yeah, I got to cut the cord. It was so weird. It just felt like, I don't even know how to explain, like, the snip. It was just like, I didn't want to cut it, but I knew I had to, you know what I mean? Like, I just had to just go, and I was like, oh my god, there it is. There's that umbilical snip. And then they took her to the little like weighing /
because I was
table.
like having
she was
complications.
having her complications.
So they started stitching me up. That's why they took her to the weighing station and like cleaned her up a little bit and weighed her, measured her, and gave her some.
I was getting all the pictures and the first, daddy-daughter moment, and she grabbed my finger. It was crazy. I just put my finger in there and she just knew. She just grabbed it like, daddy. Yeah.
They massage your uterus and your stomach area and to get your uterus down.
Yeah.
And I kept bleeding. They kept pushing more and more blood out.
Some scary shit.
That's when they were noticing that I still wasn't stopping bleeding. So after that, the nurse looked worried. She kept going to call the doctor, and the doctor
I was getting worried. I was like, what the hell? Like, she didn't look, she didn't look happy with what she was seeing. She just kept pouring blood.
The midwife came back in and she was like, you know what? We're gonna either have to take you to the surgery to get this fixed, or I can try it right now by like going in and scooping everything out with my hand. And I was like, okay, let's try that, because I didn't want to go to surgery.
That just sounds terrible.
I know. She tried, and I started screaming and crying, and she's like, okay, we're gonna do surgery. I was like, no, I'll try to be calm again, okay? And so then she's like, okay, this is like our last chance. So she did it again, and I just couldn't. I was screaming, and so
I'm like cringing right here as you're telling the story. I remember
there's actually a lot of doctors and nurses in the room, right? Like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And I kind of started getting worried because I was like, wait, like this didn't seem like they made it seem like it wasn't that big of a deal. And so I wasn't even worried about it. I was like, oh, okay, whatever, we'll get this done so I can stop bleeding. Like, I didn't think it was that bad. And then they took me to the room, to the operation room, which Alan couldn't go.
Yeah, I couldn't go. I had to stay behind with her.
Yeah.
Everybody left, so I was all alone. And I
told him when they were like taking me away, I told him, Alan, you better call your mom to come back.
I know, because I was freaking the fuck out, okay? I did not know what I was going to do if she didn't come back. Like, there was literally that possibility where she wouldn't come back. And like, really? You're just going to leave me with this? Like,
I know.
Really?
Like, so they took me back to the operating room, and they ended up, giving me the epidural. So I got the epidural to numb me, so that they could go in and scrape my uterus.
All that for nothing.
And they had to undo the stitches to get in there and scrape out my uterus. And then I don't know how long I was there, but I remember I was like laying on the table, and it was really cold in there. I think because how much blood I lost and because of the epidural, I was freezing. I was so cold, and then I kept like kind of falling asleep. But I didn't want to fall asleep, so I kept like jerking awake. They finally took me back to Alan in the room. So they put a balloon in my uterus so that I could take up the space in my uterus so that I wouldn't clot anymore. And I remember before I went in, I was like, well, what happens if this doesn't work? And she said, well, either that they would have to remove my uterus, or I'd possibly die, right? She thought, but I've done this so many times, I know that none of those are gonna happen to you. And I was like, okay.
That's what scared the shit out of me.
Yes, because at the time I was like, okay, I don't want no more kids right now. Like,
For real,
if you need to take out my uterus, that's fine. But then, like, I feel like now if that would have happened, I would have been so sad that I can't have no more babies. We were there for 5 days because she had to be under the light. I really wish the first day that they put her under the light that they would have like made us keep her in there, because I felt like the nurse didn't come check on us very often.
Yeah.
So we were able to leave on the 5th day and we were so happy. So we were in there crying like, oh, I want to go home today.
We just wanted to leave.
I just wanted to go
take our
home.
baby home. That's all.
And looking back, I'm like, damn, why were we such crybabies that week? But you know, at the time, it's like, I don't want to be here no more.
And it sucks because every time we think about that week, we wish we could go back to that same week in the hospital.
Yep, see this beautiful face that we made.
That concludes our video for today. Like, comment, and share. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let us know down in the comments section, you know, what you thought about the story, and if you would like to see more stories just like this one, you know, let us know. So yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. We love you guys.
Yes,
and,
we love you. We'll see you in the next video.